In an age where science is rapidly unfolding new frontiers of human and technological understanding, an ancient wisdom, echoing from the recesses of primordial civilizations, confronts us with a truth disarming in its simplicity. The body is a living temple, intrinsically endowed with a capacity for self-regeneration that transcends mere biological mechanics. Like an ancestral echo spanning millennia, the knowledge of the Egyptian god Thoth, tutelary deity of wisdom and medicine, resurfaces today with surprising power, revealing energetic portals hidden within our very bodies. These are not speculative conjectures, but rather a physical technique, a jealously guarded knowledge now disclosed, which promises to restore inner harmony, alleviate pain, mitigate anxiety, and even modulate metabolism through the stimulation of specific nerve centers. This present revelation is a call to attention, as each illuminated portal unlocks distinct benefits and reveals a fraction of the true strength intrinsic to our being. Full transfiguration, however, manifests itself only through learning the exact sequence that connects these 8 energetic pathways, the culmination of a ritual lasting just 2 minutes, capable of forever redefining one's perception of oneself and one's well-being. If the body's intrinsic power to heal itself resonates with you as an irrefutable truth, I invite you to express it immediately. A simple like to this video will be, for me, an unmistakable sign of your resonance with this profound vision, the seal of an awareness that recognizes the body as the most sacred of temples. And for those who wish to actively support our mission of enrichment and awakening, please consider subscribing to the channel. This gesture will not only allow us to continue producing superior content, but will also place you in an exclusive circle of individuals dedicated to personal growth and the discovery of the highest truths. Healing, contrary to popular belief, does not emanate from external agents, but springs from the harmonious dynamism of the inner fire that burns within each of us. Those who reawaken this divine spark hidden within fear neither the onset of illness nor inexorable decline, for with every conscious breath they incessantly renew the cycle of life. Let us reflect for a moment. In an age characterized by rapid scientific and technological progress, where epochal discoveries are made daily, how is it possible that such a fundamental principle has been relegated to oblivion? The answer lies in the very nature of this knowledge, which has never been intrinsically linked to technological advancement, but rather to a profound understanding of energy. It is an intuition that invites us to perceive our body as a microcosm, a miniature universe traversed by rivers, canals, and pulsating centers of power. A wisdom that Thoth, the great Egyptian deity of medicine and learning, is said to have carved on sacred papyrus, and which, through mysterious mechanisms, has traveled through the coils of time and space, finding a new home and a revitalized form in self-healing practices developed in distant geographies. This knowledge does not require blind faith or adherence to complex rituals. It requires only your attentive presence and firm intention. It urges us to consider the body not as a mere device susceptible to failure, but as a garden requiring care and diligent dedication. A garden where chi, the vital energy, flows like invigorating sap, nourishing every cell, every organ, every tissue. When this vital flow stagnates, problems, pain, and afflictions arise. The true mystery lies not in adding something new, but in reawakening what is already intrinsic to our being by birthright. The first step of this initiatory journey leads us directly to the banks of the Nile, where an ibis-headed deity held the keys to life and death, and was the first to understand that healing was, above all else, an act of profound wisdom. This path of wisdom points us toward a figure shrouded in an aura of mystery and power, an entity the ancient Egyptians revered not only as a god, but as the primordial source of all civilization. Thoth, the divine scribe, the lord of time and knowledge. Among his many epithets, one shines like a promise. He was revered as the supreme architect of healing. In the Egyptian pantheon, where each deity presided over a specific domain, Thoth stood out as the undisputed master of medicine, the primordial physician of humanity, the one to whom the pharaohs themselves turned in search of health and longevity. Legend whispers that Egypt's oldest medical texts, the celebrated Ebers and Edwin Smith papyri, were nothing more than transcriptions of an infinitely older knowledge, dictated by Thoth himself. These treatises contained not only herbal recipes and surgical procedures of a precision disconcerting for the time, but also spells and formulations of power. This is explained by the fact that for the Egyptians, healing was never a merely physical process, but rather the perfect conjunction of matter and spirit, of science and magical art. And Thoth ruled both realms with unparalleled mastery. The most sublime example of his power is immortalized in the most famous of Egyptian legends. When Osiris was treacherously betrayed and dismembered by his brother Seth, it was Thoth who instructed Isis, the goddess of magic, in the secret words and rituals necessary to reassemble the fragments of her beloved and breathe life back into him. This act was no mere miracle. It was the supreme demonstration of mastery over the fundamental laws of existence, an abysmal understanding that life and death are facets of the same cycle and that life energy can be manipulated, restored, and redirected. But here's the crux, a knowledge that has been lost over the centuries. Thoth did not reserve this power for the gods alone. He firmly believed that the spark of regeneration, the intrinsic capacity for self-healing, resided within every human being. It was a divine right, a forgotten legacy. The knowledge he imparted was not intended to create dependence, but rather to reawaken autonomy. He taught that the human body was a sacred temple, and that within this temple lay the keys to unlocking the doors to perfect health and inexhaustible vitality. The great question that has resonated across the millennia is this: if this knowledge was so powerful, how could it vanish? Or perhaps it didn't disappear, but simply mutated? How could a wisdom born in the scorching heat of the Egyptian desert, among pyramids and pharaohs, cross continents and flourish in such a dissimilar culture, in lands as remote as China? The answer lies not in the volumes of official history, but in a silent trail, an underground stream of wisdom that time and borders have never obliterated. This path reveals to us that true knowledge does not belong to a single people or a single era. It flows like a great river, ceaselessly seeking fertile soil in which to germinate. And Thoth's wisdom regarding the body's energetic portals found the most propitious soil imaginable. A journey was about to begin, an odyssey that would lead this Egyptian secret to the heart of the Middle Kingdom, where it would be refined and transfigured into the technique you are about to discover. The journey of knowledge was just beginning. Imagine the ancient Silk Roads, dusty and desolate. Camel caravans crossed endless deserts, merchants traded spices, fabrics, and precious gems. But the most priceless treasure carried on these journeys could not be weighed or measured. It was knowledge. Sages, healers, monks, and philosophers traveled with these caravans. And around nighttime fires under starry skies, they shared much more than goods. They exchanged secrets about life, the universe, and, above all, ideas about healing. Concepts that transcended all linguistic, cultural, or religious barriers. It was in this context of constant exchange that the seed of Thoth's wisdom, encoded in Egyptian symbols and hieroglyphics, it began its long journey to the east. This knowledge of the body's power points, of how vital energy could be unlocked, did not travel on a single papyrus scroll, but was passed down orally from master to disciple, adapting and evolving with each new generation. It was a living wisdom, shaped by the culture that received it, without ever losing its fundamental essence. When this wisdom arrived in China, it found incredibly fertile ground. Traditional Chinese medicine had already mapped the human body for millennia in a way the West could barely conceive. They saw not just muscles and bones, but a complex network of energy rivers, the meridians, through which the life force, qi, flowed. They had already understood that disease was, in its deepest essence, a blockage in this flow. The arrival of Egyptian knowledge was not a revelation, but a confirmation, a piece that fit perfectly into a mosaic they were already composing. Chinese physicians and sages, with their profound understanding of the energetic body, not only embraced this new perspective, but refined it with astonishing precision. They took the general concept of power portals and integrated it into their detailed mapping of meridians and acupuncture points. They experimented, observed, and cataloged the effects of stimulating these specific areas, connecting each point to specific organs, emotions, and physiological functions. Knowledge merged, creating something new and even more powerful. They discovered that the key to self-healing, the great secret whispered by Thoth, lay not in magical formulas or elaborate rituals, but in a simple and direct physical act. The stimulation of specific points on the body, energetic portals that, if properly activated, could restore lost balance, dissolve stasis and revitalize the entire system. Egyptian magic and Chinese energy science intertwined, creating a priceless technique accessible to all. This fusion of ancestral knowledge culminated in the identification of 8 strategic areas in the body. 8 portals where vital energy tends to stagnate, creating blockages that are the root of countless health problems. They called them the 8 voids. The discovery of these specific points, true triggers of the body's self-healing system, is the next crucial step in our journey to unlock this ancient secret. It's time to map the treasure hidden within our own bodies. There is an ancient parable about a wise gardener whose garden was his very life. Despite his dedication, some parts of the garden always appeared dry and barren, while others flourished abundantly. He tried every type of surface irrigation, but the problem persisted. One day, an enlightened traveler revealed to him, "My dear gardener, the earth is generous, but you water only what you see. Don't you know that beneath the surface there are 8 hidden fountains, whose life-giving flows are often blocked? If you gently touch those spots where the water should flow but doesn't, you will free the flow and the entire garden will flourish again." The gardener, trusting the traveler's wisdom, began gently tapping 8 strategic points in his garden, where the earth was most compacted. To his great surprise, after a few days, the hidden fountains began to gush, the parched areas of the garden came to life, and soon the entire garden became a lush paradise. So, ultimately, our body is that garden, and the 8 voids are the hidden fountains just waiting to be awakened. Traditional Chinese medicine, with its unparalleled wisdom, offers us a cartography of the body that far transcends the anatomy learned in school. It reveals an invisible territory, a vibrant, energetic landscape, woven together with rivers and canals that channel the life force, the qi, that animates us. In this map, the body is conceived not as a mere solid physical structure, but as a dynamic system of flows. And similar to any river system, there are points where the current slows, where debris and sediment accumulate, creating dams that impede the natural flow, the flow of water through our bodies. These obstructions are the root of imbalance and pathology. These points of stagnation are what Chinese masters have called the 8 voids. Don't be fooled by the name, as they do not represent energetic voids, but rather places where energy becomes dense, cloudy, almost stagnant, and where toxins, both physical and emotional, tend to accumulate. These are 8 strategic areas, veritable portals that, if obstructed, compromise the health of the entire system. And the location of these portals is surprisingly symmetrical and accessible to all of us, without the need for needles or complex instruments. These 8 portals are, in fact, 4 pairs of points located at the major joints of our body, places where the flow of energy and blood can naturally be slower. The first pair is located in the armpits, the second in the inner creases of the elbows, the third is located in the groin, and the fourth and final pair nestles in the back creases of the knees. Each of these locations functions as a crucial node in the body's energy network, a point where multiple meridians intersect. Each pair of portals is not an isolated point. Rather, they are command centers connected to vital organs and entire systems. The armpits, for example, are intrinsically linked to the energy of the heart and lungs. The elbows connect to the digestive system and emotional health. The groin governs the energy of the kidneys and the reproductive system. And the knees are inextricably linked to spinal health and general circulation. By stimulating these areas, you're not just acting locally, but sending a command of purification and harmonization throughout the body. The technique for activating these portals is remarkably simple: tapping, or a light, rhythmic percussion. By gently striking these areas, you generate a vibration that penetrates deep into the tissues, breaking up stagnant energy and blood. It's like shaking out a dusty carpet. The dust loosens and can be eliminated. Likewise, toxins and blocked energy are released, allowing the body to process and eliminate them, restoring the harmonious and revitalizing flow of qi. But what exactly happens in your body when you start tapping on these portals? The answer is a cascade of biochemical and energetic reactions that can transform your health in ways you may never have imagined. It's a process that begins with a simple physical action, but it reverberates on every level of your being, from the physical to the emotional. And to fully grasp this power, let us now explore the first of these portals, a place that holds the secrets of your heart and your breath. We begin our practical journey with the first and perhaps most surprising portal of self-healing, the armpits. It may seem an unusual, even bizarre, place to focus one's attention for healing, yet in traditional Chinese medicine, this area represents one of the most vital energetic intersections in the body. It is a veritable hub of vital highways through which essential meridians flow that govern heart health, lung capacity, and gallbladder balance. It is a point that accumulates not only sweat, but also a significant amount of tension and emotional stress. Reflect on your daily life. In moments of anxiety, tension, or fear, it's common for the shoulders to hunch forward, closing the chest and compressing the armpits. This gesture, often unconscious, creates both a physical and energetic blockage. The heart's energy, which should flow freely, is impeded. Breathing becomes shorter, affecting the energy of the lungs. By gently stimulating this area with light, rhythmic touches, you send a powerful, direct message to your body. Release tension by relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Individuals who suffer from anxiety, palpitations, that tight feeling in the chest, or even breathing problems like shortness of breath, may find surprising and almost immediate relief. With this simple practice, stimulating this area helps release the so-called heart fire, an excessive energy that, when accumulated, generates mental and emotional agitation. It's like opening the valve on a pressure cooker, allowing excess steam to escape safely, bringing calm and mental clarity. The technique itself couldn't be simpler or more accessible. With the opposite hand slightly concave, so that the impact is soft and resonant, begin to gently tap the armpit. There's no need to exert force. The vibration will do the work. Perform this practice 36 to 81 times. The numbers are not random. In Eastern numerology, they are multiples of 9, the number that symbolizes completion and transformation. Breathe deeply while performing, imagining that, with each tap, a cloud of tension is dissolving. With regular practice, you may notice not only an improvement in physical symptoms, but also a feeling of greater lightness and emotional openness, as if you were literally creating more space in your chest so that life can flow more easily. Many people report feeling a warm sensation or tingling in the area, a clear sign that stagnant energy and blood are beginning to flow again. It's your body responding, thanking you for your care and attention. But this is only the first step in reactivating your internal pharmacy. Unblocking the energy of the heart and lungs is essential, but the journey continues. The second portal, located in an equally neglected spot on our body, holds even deeper secrets, related not only to your peace of mind but also to the health of the entire digestive system. Prepare to discover the power hidden in the crease of your elbows. Continuing our journey through the body's energetic map, we arrive at the second portal of self-healing, a strategic point located in the inner crease of the elbows. Like the armpits, this is an area that rarely receives our conscious attention. Yet, in Eastern medicine, it serves as a nerve center for emotional and digestive regulation. This is where key vital meridian points are located, including the pericardium meridian, known as the heart protector, and the large and small intestine meridians, responsible for absorption and elimination, respectively. The pericardium meridian performs a fascinating function. It protects the heart from emotional shocks. When one experiences intense stress, profound sadness, or overwhelming anger, the pericardium absorbs the initial impact, preventing this destabilizing energy from directly reaching the heart. However, this protection comes at a cost. Stagnant energy builds up in the elbow area, which can lead to symptoms such as anxiety, insomnia, mental agitation, and even chest pain without any apparent cardiac cause. At the same time, this area is a direct reflection of your intestinal health. Problems such as constipation, bloating, flatulence, or irritable bowel syndrome are often linked to energetic blockages in the meridians that pass through the elbow. Stagnation in this area hinders the efficient processing and transport of food, causing discomfort and the accumulation of toxins. Therefore, stimulating this portal acts as a dual purification, calming the mind and regulating the digestive system. The technique for activating the second portal is exactly the same, based on simplicity and conscious repetition. With the opposite cupped hand, gently tap the inner crease of the elbow. Again, the suggested count is 36 to 81 repetitions, maintaining a steady rhythm and calm breathing. As you tap, visualize the release of excess heat from your heart and the dissolution of any blockages impeding proper intestinal function. Many people are surprised to find that tapping this area causes small reddish or purple spots, known as sha, to appear on the skin. Don't be alarmed. This is an extremely positive sign. It indicates that stagnant blood and toxins trapped beneath the skin are being released to the surface, where the body can easily eliminate them. It is visible evidence that the detoxification process has been activated. With continued practice, these traces will disappear, signaling that the flow has been restored. By releasing the stagnant energy in your elbows, you are effectively calming your mind and optimizing your digestion in a single gesture. But the journey to rebalancing your body doesn't end there. We've already turned our attention to the heart, lungs, and intestines. Now, let's move on to an even more fundamental power center, a portal that governs your vital energy, metabolism, and hormonal balance. The third portal, located in your groin, holds the ability to transform your vitality in ways you never thought possible. Our exploration now leads us to the third portal of self-healing, an area of immense energetic power located in the inguinal region. In Chinese medicine, this area is not considered merely a hip joint, but rather the seat of our ancestral energy, the command center that governs the kidneys, the entire reproductive system, and our metabolism. Deep and conscious stimulation of this region can have a transformative impact on your vitality, strength, and overall well-being, working at the very root of our energetic constitution. The kidneys, from an Eastern perspective, are much more than simple blood filters. They represent our body's battery, the place where we store our vital essence, Jing, the energy we inherit from our parents and which determines our longevity and constitutional strength. When kidney energy is weak, chronic fatigue, decreased libido, lower back and knee pain manifest, and the aging process accelerates. The groin area is a key point for accessing and recharging kidney energy, like connecting a device directly to a power source. Furthermore, this area is crucial for the health of the pancreas and spleen, organs responsible for metabolizing sugars and converting food into energy. For those struggling with conditions such as obesity, diabetes, prediabetes, or hormonal imbalances, stagnation of energy and blood in the groin area is a critical factor. By activating this portal, you are, in effect, naturally detoxifying the pancreas and stimulating the body to burn fat and regulate blood sugar levels more efficiently. The technique for awakening this powerful energy center follows the same simple and effective principle. Using both cupped hands, tap both groin regions simultaneously. You can perform this practice standing or sitting. Maintain a rhythmic and firm, yet comfortable, tap for 36 to 81 repetitions. Breathe deeply, imagining that with each touch you are awakening a dormant energy source at the base of your torso, feeling this vitality begin to rise and spread throughout your body. Stimulating this area is also crucial for the health of the lymphatic system. The groin is home to one of the largest clusters of lymph nodes in the body, responsible for filtering toxins and waste. A sedentary lifestyle causes compression of this area and slows lymph flow. The gentle tapping acts like a manual pump, stimulating lymph circulation and promoting deep detoxification, which can result in a reduction of leg swelling and a significant improvement in cellulite. By caring for this third portal, you are recharging your vital battery, balancing your hormones, and promoting a deep purification of your system. But the journey of self-healing is not yet complete. One last portal is missing, a connection point with the earth that has the power to align your structure, strengthen your roots, and ensure that all the energy we have awakened can flow freely. The final portal, located behind the knees, is the key to your stability and strength. We've reached the fourth and final self-healing portal, a strategic point located at the back of the knees. This area, known in acupuncture as Weizhong, bladder 40, is considered one of the most important control points for the entire dorsal region of the body, especially for spinal health and blood circulation in the legs. Stimulating this often tense and neglected area releases an energetic flow capable of alleviating chronic pain and improving circulation. Bring a feeling of lightness and alignment to the entire body. Think about your daily posture. We spend hours sitting, which compresses the backs of the knees and shortens the hamstrings. This tension doesn't remain isolated. It spreads along the posterior chain of muscles, pulling the pelvis backward and overloading the lumbar region. This is why back pain, particularly lower back pain, is so often associated with leg tension. The Weizhong point is the master key to releasing this accumulated tension, acting like a switch that relaxes all the back muscles. In addition to its connection to the spine, this area is crucial for venous return. Blood flowing toward the feet must fight against gravity to return to the heart. The calf functions as a second heart, pumping blood upward with every step. Stagnation in the back of the knee hinders this process, leading to problems such as leg swelling, varicose veins, and a feeling of heaviness and fatigue. Stimulating this portal helps to unblock this pathway, dramatically improving circulation throughout the lower limb. The technique for activating this final portal is just as simple as the previous ones. Sitting in a chair with your feet on the floor, or even standing, lean slightly forward and, using both hands cupped in a ball, simultaneously tap the back of both knees. Keep the taps gentle and rhythmic, counting from 36 to 81 times. As you practice, visualize tension dissolving not only in your knees, but along the entire length of your spine, from your coccyx to your neck. Feel your legs becoming lighter and more energetic. For those suffering from knee pain, whether due to arthritis, osteoarthritis, or wear and tear, stimulating this point is a true balm. The practice increases the flow of blood and energy to the joint, nourishing the cartilage, reducing inflammation, and relieving pain. It's a way to care for the joint from the inside out, promoting regeneration and mobility. By doing so, you are detoxifying your joints and promoting a free and uninterrupted flow of energy throughout your body. Now you know the 4 portals, the 8 power points that regulate the health of your organism. You have learned to release the energy of the heart, calm the mind, regulate digestion, recharge your vital battery, and align your structure. But the true power lies not in activating each point individually, but in uniting them in a fluid daily sequence. Now that you have all the pieces, you are ready to put the puzzle together and awaken something extraordinary. A self-healing power that has always been there, waiting to be rediscovered. Now that you've deciphered the map and understand the location and function of each of the 4 self-healing portals, it's time to integrate all this knowledge into a daily ritual. A practice that can transform your health and well-being in a profound and lasting way. True magic doesn't manifest in a single act, but in consistency and perseverance. This sequence isn't a mere exercise. It's a moving meditation, a conscious dialogue with your body, an act of self-love that takes just a few minutes of your day. The sequence is logical, fluid, and easy to memorize, following the body's energetic flow from top to bottom. Ideally, perform the ritual twice a day. Once in the morning, immediately after waking, to dissolve the night's stagnation and begin the day with renewed, freely flowing energy. And again in the late afternoon or early evening, to release tension, stress, and toxins accumulated during daily activities, thus preparing the body for a deeper, more restorative sleep. Begin standing with your feet firmly planted on the ground. Take a few deep breaths, bringing your awareness to the present moment. Then, begin with the first portal. Cupping your right hand, gently tap your left armpit 36 to 81 times. Feel the vibration in your chest. Then, reverse, using your left hand to tap your right armpit, repeating the count. Breathe, feeling the space opening in your rib cage. With each tap, release anxiety and sadness. Then descend to the second portal. Extend your left arm and, with your right cupped hand, tap the crease of your elbow, again 36 to 81 times. Imagine calming the fire in your heart and harmonizing your digestion. Reverse sides, tapping your right elbow with your left hand. Continue to breathe consciously, releasing mental agitation and abdominal discomfort with each tap. Feel the calm spreading through your mind and body. Now, let's move to the third portal, the source of your life energy. With both cupped hands, simultaneously tap the groin area, where your legs meet your torso. Perform 36 to 81 taps, feeling the energy awakening at the base of your spine. Visualize this force ascending, revitalizing every organ. With each touch, affirm your vitality, your ability to metabolize and regenerate. Feel your internal battery recharging. Finally, conclude at the fourth gate. Sit or bend forward, and with both hands, tap the back of both knees. Complete the count by visualizing all the tension in your spine dissolving like a cascade of energy purifying your back. Feel your legs becoming lighter, your circulation improving. With each touch, release the burdens of the day, your aches and pains, and worries. Finally, remain silent for a moment, simply feeling the energy vibrating throughout your body. But what did the ancients really know that we have forgotten? The answer lies in perseverance, discipline, and an unwavering faith in the power of self-healing we all possess. The 8 voids technique, which you have just learned, is far more than a simple sequence of tapping on specific areas of the body. It represents the recovery of an eternal legacy, a legacy of wisdom left to us by our ancestors, both in Egypt and China. It is tangible proof that the deepest truths are often the simplest. By integrating this sacred ritual into your daily routine, you are performing an act that transcends the simple care of the physical body. You are nourishing your soul, expanding your consciousness, and reconnecting with a strength you perhaps didn't even know you possessed. This daily ritual becomes a haven, a sacred moment in your day to disconnect from the external din and connect with your inner landscape. Begin to perceive the subtleties of your body, picking up the signals it sends you long before they turn into cries of pain or manifestations of illness. Shoulder pain, abdominal swelling, inexplicable fatigue, all of this takes on a new meaning. They are no longer enemies to be fought, but messengers indicating where the flow of energy needs to be restored. With time and constant practice, you will become your own healer. You will cease to be a passive patient, delegating full responsibility for your health to others, and you will become the master of your own well-being. You will gain autonomy, power, and trust in your body's innate ability to regain balance. This is true freedom, knowing you hold in your hands a powerful tool to maintain your health, relieve your pain, and calm your mind, at any time and in any place. This is the true secret of Thoth, the essence of his teachings. It wasn't about magic formulas or miraculous potions, but about self-knowledge, about gnosis. The key to a long, healthy, and fulfilling life lies not externally, but internally. It lies in the understanding that we are energetic beings and that we can consciously influence the flow of this energy to promote healing and harmony. The 8 voids technique is one of the most direct and effective keys to accessing this power. The journey of self-healing is, ultimately, a path of self-knowledge and continuous transformation. There is no final destination, but a constant process of refinement, listening, and healing. Today, you have received in your hands an ancient tool, a map that will guide you on this journey. Use it wisely, consistently, and with love. Trust the process, trust the wisdom of your body, and, above all, trust yourself. Always remember, the power to heal has always been and always will be within you. This practice does not bestow upon you anything you do not already possess. It simply awakens, activates, and reminds you of the magnificent strength that resides within you. You are the heirs to a legacy of power and wisdom. Now, with this knowledge in hand, you have the choice to reclaim this legacy and walk the path of your own awakening, becoming the guardians of your own health and vitality. If you've reached this point, demonstrating a resilience and a thirst for soul-elevating knowledge, I invite you to express your awakening in the comments, writing a word that embodies rebirth for you. A new term, a neologism that seals your inner journey and your rediscovered connection with your deepest self. Your rebirth will be a beacon of light, a signal that will grow our community of like-minded souls. If the echo of these ancient truths has resonated in your heart, if the spark of self-healing has ignited within you, I implore you not to hold back this gift. Share this video with anyone you love, so that another soul may also be enlightened, becoming a channel of healing and awareness. Leave a like to elevate this message, comment with your own rebirth, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future revelations. Your support is the lifeblood that fuels our mission. In a world that too often distances us from our true essence, may your path always be illuminated by inner wisdom and the unstoppable power of self-healing. May your life flourish in every expression. With deep gratitude and the wish for a life filled with light and harmony, I send you my heartfelt greetings. See you soon.